everyone, this is Ruby Angulo, and I am making this video specifically to let you know why I started in the industry that I'm in. Let me just go backwards a little bit and explain to you how it is that I got to the point where I made the decision to become involved in the industry that I'm in. And for those of you that do not know what industry I'm in network marketing, home-based business, MLM, whatever you want to call it. There's many names out there, but I'm in network marketing and I love it, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. But the reason why I got into network marketing were very personal reasons, but I have come to find that the more I speak to people about the opportunity, the more I find that they have the same reasons, very common reasons, if not very similar reasons as to why they even look at this kind of business. My first stage in life, I could say, is I wasn't making enough money. My mom lived in Mexico. I wanted to help her out while also being able to take care of myself. I moved out at an early age out of my home because I was very independent. So I went out and I sought out to find a way to make money. And at an early age, obviously, when you first join, when you first embark into the whole, job scene, obviously you have to start at the bottom. You don't really start at the top. That's the way that, everything's structured. Start at the bottom, work your way up. So I found myself in that phase where I was working really hard but not making enough money. And I was working really hard but really couldn't find a lot of full-time work. And even if I had full-time work, it wasn't the most lucrative full-time employment that I could possibly have. So I found myself at a younger age. And, from what I've been speaking to people about is, some of my friends didn't really work all that much. They went to school. For me at a young age, I found that school wasn't the thing for me. And, no offense to anybody going to school. I think school is a great way to educate yourself and to improve yourself. But it just wasn't for me. I went to school for fun. I didn't go to school because I felt I needed it to make higher income, degree wise. I mean, I right now invest a lot of time and money into personal education, but like Jim Rohn says, formal education makes you a living, personal education makes you a fortune. So I understand the concept, and I understood it at an earlier age. I just didn't have it explained to me as well as Mr. Jim Rohn did. But I found myself working these odd jobs all the time. And I was just I did climb up in a lot of them, in most of them actually. I did climb up because I'm the kind of person, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to go all the way. I'm not going to just stay there. I'm looking for a raise. I want to improve my life. And so even then, I found myself working very hard, but I found that there was this, I couldn't get past it. Because being an employee, you can't make more than the owner. You can't make more than the manager if you're not the manager yet. You can't make more than the district manager. I mean, you have to keep going up. So I found myself in that time of my life missing out on a lot of things. And I hated it. I hated it. I hated when my friends, because they went to school and they got grants, or some of them had the fortune enough to still be able to stay at home, make money, and not really have to help their parents out. So they could keep all of their income, which wasn't much more than I was making. Actually, I was making more than most of them. But they were able to afford luxuries and I couldn't afford, because one of my goals was to help my mom in Mexico. And I couldn't go out all the time when they invited me, and I hated it. I hated having to say no, even though I had time to be able to go out. I hated having to say no because I couldn't afford it. I hated that. I always was being invited by people, let's go here, let's go eat here. Sometimes I couldn't even go because I was like, no, my rent's coming up, I can't do it. And no, it's Christmas, I have to buy my family presents. I mean, that's more important to me. I love giving presents for Christmas. No, Thanksgiving, I need to go visit my mom, and that takes, just to visit my mom in Mexico took at least $300, $400, $500 just to visit her. I mean, and then I also liked to leave obviously some money for her to help her out with stuff. And so I couldn't do it, and I hated it. I had this ugly feeling in my gut every time I had to say no. And obviously I didn't tell my friends, no, I can't go because I don't have any money. I just say, no, I can't go, and I would make up some excuse, and I hated that. So the next phase in my life was to find a way where I could make more money, and I did. So the next phase in my life, I started making more money. I made a lot more money. I was able to go out when I was invited. I was able to go anywhere I wanted. If I really wanted to go out, I know I could afford those kind of luxuries. But then the second phase of my life, I didn't have the time anymore. So it was like a lose-lose situation in a sense. In the first phase of my life, obviously when we're younger, we're not going to get paid as much as other people. So I couldn't afford to go out. But I had a bunch of time, obviously, because, even full-time, 40 hours a week, you still have 2 days off. My second phase of my life, I made a lot more money, but I didn't have any time to do anything. I couldn't go anywhere. I mean, my days off were very odd days off, and I couldn't go anywhere. And because I was such in a zone where I am going to always put work before pleasure so that I can eventually be able to just have a bunch of fun. Obviously my mentality was work hard now, play hard later kind of mentality, tells you how young I was back then. But my second phase of my life, I was making more money than most people my age, but my schedule sucked. My time constraints sucked to the point where now here I am, being worried about how much money I'm going to be able to take to my mom when I see her every Thanksgiving, every Christmas, to not being able to go Thanksgiving or Christmas. And to me, that hurt me even more. So I went on this whole campaign of bringing my mom back from Mexico. She could come back. She just was staying over there. And I don't blame her. She had a nice house by the beach. Over there, if you ever go to Mexico, you can have a house by the beach for like $400 a month, 3-bedroom. I mean, it was a beautiful home. And I helped her, as much as I could. But my whole goal, once I started making more money, is bring my mom back here so that I can then, I was trying to manipulate time. At least she would be living with me, and my sisters and my brothers, because at one point too, I moved in with my sisters and my brothers to try to, get the family together, because we grew up as a close family, but we separated obviously over time. But I wanted to bring that back, especially if my mom agreed finally to come back. And she finally did, but I found myself, it didn't work out, because I still did not see her as much as I wanted to. And even when I did see her, it wasn't quality time. It was nothing. I mean, I just saw her when we're eating, that's it. Then I had to go to work. I mean, it didn't work out the way I thought and I envisioned and I imagined that it was going to work out. So network marketing found me at a time in my life where I didn't sleep for 3 days straight. And for those of you who are like, oh, I've done that, especially if you're younger and you're watching this video. Have you ever done that because you're just so unhappy with your life that you just can't sleep and you don't know why the heck you can't go to sleep? I didn't sleep for 3 straight days. I remember the third day my mom's like, are you on drugs? I've never done drugs in my life. I'm like, no, Mom, I'm not on drugs. But that was just a big wake-up call, and I really had to dig deep inside and say, what the heck is wrong with me? Why am I not able to sleep? And I have come to find out that I was stressed, I was unhappy, even though here I am thinking that I make more money now, and but I don't have the time. So network marketing found me at that stage in my life where I was making enough money, at least in my mind. Obviously there's always going to be people out there making more money than you and stuff like that, but for where I can afford the luxuries that I couldn't before, my first stage of my career stage, or money stage, I'll call it, and I was not happy. even though I felt like even though I thought the whole time I was going to be happy doing that. In the beginning, of course, yeah, because then you start going out and yeah, finally I can go out anywhere I want, I can travel, blah, 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 all these things. But when time is not there, I mean, I then found out through network marketing a way to leverage my time and my money. I found the medium. When I was introduced to the opportunity of doing network marketing, it just opened up my eyes. And to me, I was astonished, and I was thinking in my mind, why has nobody ever told me about this? Because all my life I've just been drilled, get your college degree, work your way up the career ladder, become an owner of a business. But becoming an owner of a business was out of reach for me until that time. I mean, I was like 23 years old, actually. 23 years old, 22. I always lose track of my age, but it wasn't an option for me. I don't have $1 million to invest in a franchise. So I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to pursue that. But when I was introduced to network marketing, it changed my life. It changed my view of life. And I said, you know what? There's people doing this. And this is a system that you plug into. And I can do it because my desire to be happy was that great at that time in my life, where I said, you know what? I remember looking at a diary that I had written a long time ago when I was young in junior high, and my goals that I wanted to accomplish by the age that I was in already. And I have not done any of these things, any of them. I've not done anything that I wanted to do as a child, and I still deep down inside want to do them. So it was a wake-up call for me. And so when I found network marketing, actually network marketing found me, because for some of you that don't know, and I'm not having a good hair day today, very bad hair day, but I came across a gentleman named Jaime Morales, who happens to be my soulmate, and I didn't know that then, but he came and rescued me through introducing me through network marketing. And now I'm able to work from home, have the time, my time schedule flexibility. I'm not going to tell you right now that I'm a millionaire, but I'm able to do more things financially now and be able to do more things time-wise now than I ever had before. And so that is my story when it comes to network marketing and why I chose to join this industry, because this is using leverage and it's working smart, not working harder. I am working smart, and I know a lot of you out there can relate to me hating to be broke, because that was my first stage of my career stage, my money stage. The second stage was not being broke but not having any time to do anything. So you didn't enjoy anything either way. What the heck is good money? Is money good for when you can't go anywhere anyways? So I found a medium through network marketing. And that is just my story. I just wanted to share it with you all. And for those of you that are already in a network marketing opportunity, I encourage you to visit my blog, rubyangulo.com. And for those of you that are not in network marketing, I encourage you to also visit my blog, rubyangulo.com, because I do a lot of these kind of videos, interactions. I do a lot of training. I give a lot of tips, because obviously doing this industry, in any industry, you have to first go through orientation, and I always gonna get everything right. So my blog that I have not really promoted in any video is rubyangulo.com, and you're going to be able to see just my journey through this industry. And hopefully I'm looking to help out some people that are in this industry as well. For those of you that are not in this industry, I encourage you to get a hold of me, message me, and subscribe to my newsletter on my blog. Even then, I'll be communicating with you through videos, through writing. As you know, some of you know that I also like to write. That's actually my passion. And that's actually another reason why I'm doing network marketing, because I eventually want to make enough money, get the money out of the way, so that I can just go out and pursue my passion, which is writing, But unfortunately enough, we live in a world where we need money. Money is a tool that we need, and we all need it. Whether we want to accept it or not, we need to pay our bills. We need to, feed our mouths and feed our family. So that is my story. a person who was broke all the time. I hated saying that I couldn't go somewhere, making these stupid excuses because I couldn't afford to go to the movies sometimes. I mean, I couldn't afford a $30 dinner. I mean, to me, that was just ridiculous stuff. And to the point also, once I was a whole year without a car. I had to take the bus because I couldn't afford it. And then also, man, it's just my story. It just, to me, it's like, why the heck didn't I? That's why when I saw this industry, I was like, why has nobody told me this? I would have, you know, my life would have been completely different had I learned this, you know. But everything happens for a reason. So here I am sharing my story. For those of you that know what I'm talking about, when it sucks to being broke, it sucks being broke. It sucks being broke. It's not a good feeling. I mean, it's an ugly feeling. And then for those of you that can resonate with my time message, it sucks not being able to spend time with the people you love. It sucks either way. So this offered a medium for me, a middle ground for me. And so I encourage you all to go to my blog, rubyangulo.com. Actually, this is my blog where you're going to see my video from. I encourage you to subscribe to my newsletter so you can learn more about the industry, get trained a little bit more, and just see, you know, what this is all about, and to see if this is something that can change your life, which I know it can, but you have to choose to want to know more. So this is Ruby Angulo. Again, visit my blog. If you're watching this on Facebook, visit my blog. And just have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.